Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. In today's video, we are talking about Prismatic Evolutions. Prices for this super hype set has continually dropped over the past couple of months. If you look at the price for the Umbreon EX, it was going for $1,700 at its all-time peak, and now it's waning right around at $1,000 for a single copy, which is still very expensive for this card. The Super Premium Collection is also dropping consistently in price. Same with a lot of the other products in the Prismatic Evolutions lineup. There's constant restock and reprints for this set. People like to interchange those two words, whether you want to call it a restock or reprint, whichever it is. It just means more packs are being added to store shelves. And a big part of it is that hype simply cannot last forever. This is a brand new Pokemon card set. It's going to be around for the next 2 or 3 years. There comes a point in time when people's eyeballs just move on to the next set. So we're going to dive deep into that. What is going on with Prismatic Evolutions? Why are prices continually dropping? And can you eventually get your hands on some? This episode is brought to you by PokeNotify, your personal restock notification service. If you've ever wanted an easy way to know whenever Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, Pokemon Center, or Costco is restocked, then check out PokeNotify immediately. They are a fantastic service that gets you immediate and custom notification whenever there are restocks at all of these major retailers. They have notification services available for Europe, Australia, and all of these international locations as well. If you want custom notifications and a chance to beat the scalpers, then PokeNotify has your back. Check them out today. Their service starts at just a couple of dollars a month, and if you want to try them out, they also offer a free 3-day free trial, so you can check them out, try out their service, and if you don't like them, you can cancel anytime risk-free. PokeNotify is an easy way so that you can get restock notification without having to constantly refresh storefronts looking at sold out listings. Check them out today. PokeNotify is a fantastic service. You can also follow them on Instagram to get all the latest news on upcoming releases and all of the cool cards that are coming out soon. Thank you again to PokeNotify for sponsoring today's video. So what's happening right now with Prismatic Evolutions? Why are prices dropping so quickly? There are two major factors that's causing prices to dip significantly. The first big one is that there is a constant stream of restocks and reprints, whatever you want to call it. There's a bunch more Prismatic Evolutions packs being constantly added to the market. The most recent large one is, of course, the Costco release of their super reduced price bundles. That's hitting the market right now. Word on the street is we're looking at over 40,000 units of these products. Is that a lot? That's up for you to decide. But more Prismatic Evolutions packs being added to the market is only going to lower price. That's all that's going to do. More products, more packs is only going to cause prices to drop. And the second major reason is people's eyeballs are starting to move on to greater and better things. There's always another set. There's always another cool set. You can't expect people to be excited about Prismatic Evolutions forever. Are people still excited for older sets? Absolutely. People are still into Paldean Fates. People are still into 151. People are still into Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies, Lost Origin. All of these older sets are still pretty excitable, but people have moved on to other stuff. People aren't talking about these older sets on a day-to-day basis. People are moving on to Journey Together, Destined Rivals, Black Bolt and White Flare, and all of the other cool sets. We're about to get Mega Evolutions coming out pretty darn soon, and people's eyeballs move on to the next set. Most of these sets only have a small moment of time in the limelight where they are the biggest set. They are the next great thing. And Prismatic Evolutions' time in the spotlight has already started to move on. People are still going to be opening up Prismatic Evolutions packs for the next couple of years, but the main excitement around the set is no longer there. People have moved on. So if you are into Prismatic Evolutions and you were patient about it, prices are going to reach a point where I think we are going to get retail price. The amount of products that we are getting for this set is actually quite dramatic. I think for the next couple of weeks, whenever I walk into GameStop on Saturday when they are having their restocked, I'm probably going to be able to pick up some Prismatic Evolutions. The lines are not that long. If I sit in line, I'll probably get some products, which I think is really exciting. And that's my own personal store and my own personal experience. Of course, your experience could be different. There are people out there that still have not ripped open a single Prismatic Evolutions pack. And honestly, if you've seen my pack opening experience with Prismatic Evolutions, you're not missing out on much. This set is very, very hit or miss. It's usually 9 out of 10 times just a miss. If you open up Prismatic Evolutions 9 out of 10 times, you're probably just going to have a bad time as well, which does lower some of the excitement. Is that the odds of you pulling a God Booster pack, a Demigod Booster pack, is so insignificantly low. The vast majority of the time, if you open up Prismatic Evolutions, you're not having a fun time. And I do think that hurts some of the excitement around the set. Is people simply don't want to pay $250 for a super premium collection and pull a $5 card as their best card from all of their packs. That's not a very fun time. So I absolutely get it. And this is a set that we are going to get more restocks of for a very long time. Even right now, we are still getting more 151. Blooming Waters collections still have not sold out. We've been talking about Blooming Waters collections for 151 for probably the past 6 months, and stores are still getting more restocks of that. 151 is officially 2 years old, and we are still getting more 151 products. There are still people that want to collect 151. Don't get me wrong, it's still a cool set. But if you wanted to collect 151, you had plenty of time to pick it up. There were plenty of products of 151 at cheap and affordable prices. It took a while. At release, 151 was also really, really expensive. It took a while, a year and a half, but there came a point in time when 151 was going for a below retail price. And I think that scenario could actually happen with Prismatic Evolutions. It may be a shocker. I may eat my words. Maybe Prismatic Evolution stays at above $10 a pack forever. But based on the current trends, it doesn't look like it. Prices are already dipping. The Prismatic Evolutions ETB is already starting to dip below $100 for a single ETB. The prices for the Super Premium Collection is already starting to dip below $200 for a single Super Premium Collection. The prices for the Umbreon EX is starting to dip below $1,000 for the Umbreon EX. And as all of these prices drop down and down, I think they're going to become a little bit more affordable. So there is going to come a price point where you can start finally picking up some Prismatic Evolutions in store. It may not be immediately. They're still very expensive, but I think in 6, 8, 9 months, yes, there will come a point in time when Prismatic Evolutions, God forbids, actually reaches retail price. And the reason why in 9 months' time I do think Prismatic reaches that point is a lot of the eyeballs have moved on to the next thing. There's going to be other special sets coming out. There's going to be another special set coming out in 9 months. There's going to be multiple Mega Evolution set coming out in the next 6 to 8 months. And with all these other cool sets coming out, people's eyeballs just simply move on to those sets. So I do think there comes a point in time when if you're patient enough as a collector, there is some reward with that, is that you get to pick up cards for a more affordable price than the people that purchased the booster packs or purchased the cards immediately. They were people picking up the Umbreon EX singles at $1,700 just a couple months ago, and obviously the Umbreon EX is already currently floating around at like $1,100, so that's a pretty large value decline. Very normal, no surprises there. All new Pokemon card singles usually go down over time rather than going up. There comes a point in time when they're finally out of stock that they start to climb again, but this is not surprising. Most new cards go down in value. There always is an exception to the rule where a card comes out and actually goes up in value, but in most cases, most cards go down, and it looks like Prismatic Evolutions is following exactly the same sort of path and formula that we expect for new releases. Very hyped at release, limited stock, but as more and more products get on store shelves, prices will slowly just get chipped away, chipped away, chipped away. There was a point when Prismatic Evolutions booster packs was $16 a booster pack, $14, $12, $10. Now it's probably going below sub $10 for a single booster pack. And we're not at the bottom yet because this Costco release has only just begun. Most people have not gotten their hands on the products in Costco stores yet. Over the next 2 or 3 weeks, a lot more products is going to be available at Costco and at all of these other locations. Like I said, if I go to my GameStop this Saturday, I'm pretty confident I can probably pick up a Prismatic Evolutions bundle. They are going to have restocks again and again and again, and these restocks are going to be continuous for the next 2 years. There comes a point in time when people are going to say, you know, I've had enough Prismatic Evolutions. I'm actually at the point where if I see some 151s on store shelf, I may pass on it. I already have pretty much everything I want from 151. It was a cool set, but I'm at the point where I'm happy with what I have from 151, and it's on to the next big thing. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on Prismatic Evolutions. I would really like to know if you've gotten your hands on any, or if you're even excited about this set, because obviously if you've seen my pack opening experience, you probably are not missing out on very much. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.